My peoples, what's going on? Hey, a little something for the people that's locked in or in quarantine. A little something to jam to. All right, all right, all right. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to the show. This is the DRMM, Don't Read My Mind podcast, and I'm your host, Lenny Reed. This is episode 21. And this is the pre-apocalypse. Well, we in pre-apocalypse, week 2. And the reason I say pre-apocalypse is because I don't think we reached the epicenter yet. I don't think we reached the peak yet. And anything from close to that peak on, that would be the official apocalypse. So, I just want to give a shout out to again to the truck drivers, the healthcare workers, the National Guard, first responders, everybody that's trying to make things better out there, trying to keep things going out there. I just read in the news, New Jersey State Troopers and New York Police Department. They say a couple hundred. I think it was 700. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I gotta probably go look back at it. 5 to 700 police officers that have the coronavirus, COVID-19. And man, I said I wasn't gonna talk about it. I was gonna keep it pushing, so I decided to add a little flavor into this episode, and I'm basically, trying to break it down on um, us being, or not us. I'm sorry, the Great Equalizer. And when I say the Great Equalizer, I think it's something I mentioned a couple podcasts back. Is that life, the way life is. I mean, life, people say we have no control in life. Other people say, that everything is already planned out. I don't know where that fall. I don't know where to fall at in that situation. One thing I do know is you can have a few friends, 2 friends, 3, 4, 5 friends, whatever. And everybody can have the same schooling, the same growing up pattern. Everything can be the same, but everybody might go in a different direction. And that's just how life is. And one thing about life, and I stress this to a lot of people, life don't care what you got going on. Life, or let me flip that over. Let me say death. Death don't care if you going to your graduation, if you pregnant, about to give birth and rushing to the hospital, or your husband rushing to the hospital to see your newborn baby. Death don't give a fuck. And you gotta understand, just like if you watering your grass, thousands of bugs probably die from you watering your grass or getting your grass cut. It's just to equalize it. And life is the same thing. And we think, I guess we go around thinking that we are something special, that stuff like this doesn't supposed to happen to us. But it happens. And off attention, one little thing off the subject, I finally got some damn toilet tissue. But you know what I thought about? I don't see, why everybody was going for the toilet tissue, right? But then I thought about another thing. I thought about the sandwich that everybody was standing in line for. And to my knowledge, I don't know because I usually just eat chicken there. Usually probably once a month, go to Popeyes. But from my knowledge, The sandwich was there way before people started to, you know, overcrowd, shut it down, have fights, everything. It just, it just went crazy. So I'm starting to think. I wonder if the industry, corporations, figured out a new way to like do a multi advertisement. I just say, for instance, if tissue had nothing to do with this, right? And somehow it got out by whoever saying that we just need tissue for some reason. And you tell the right person or the right group of people, I mean, it would spread like a forest fire, and it would start a shortage of that item. I mean, can you imagine how much money the tissue companies made? I mean, like I said, if you think about how they did the sandwich, and maybe it's a point that you can just take one item and do some kind of weird multi-level advertisement. Just put some bug in somebody's ear. And you added on to the disaster. But it wasn't a disaster with the chicken sandwich. I think all they have to do is show people standing in line and fighting, and that crazy, but it will drive other people to want to try the sandwich out. Man, that's probably a new way of marketing. Now, if this keep happening, believe me, that is the new way of marketing. And but I think some areas caught on to it, some areas didn't. Because there was a lot of areas that actually had tissue. So I don't know if this is a new form of marketing. My head always go in other directions because I don't see nothing here or read anything that we need tissue on. All right, let me get off that tissue shit. All right, life, the Great Equalizer. I'm human, right? I'm smart. I am better than that dog. I am better than the trees. I am better than everything around because I'm smarter. But you got to understand, you're only smart in your bubble, right? You're only smart in your bubble. Wherever your world is, you smart. Try this experiment. If you think you are the top dog, the top shit. Take a whole bunch of sleeping pills, right? Get this big, big ass ant mound. You get butt naked, and then you smear some kind of syrup all over your body, and a big ant mound, and you just take the sleeping pills, down it. As soon as you're getting sleepy, you just lay down in that ant pile. What will happen to you? By the time you wake up, which you're not going to wake up, whoever finds you, your body will be full of ants, and it will be all inside of you, eating everywhere. More than likely, you'll be dead. Now, jump in the ocean with no gear and just let yourself float to the bottom. We are only kings in our own domain. Okay? That's just something you got to understand. We got gadgets that make it seem like we are the top, right? But we're really not the top. Our lifespan is just at a different space than the other animals around us' lifespan. You understand what I'm saying? And when I say the Great Equalizer, is you got things that want to kill us all day long. The more people more people on this planet, you know what I'm saying? Something can happen something will try to happen that is administered from Mother Nature that will sort of keep us to a certain level. It's just things you got to understand. Like we not as strong as we seem. We not as strong as we look. You talk about Oh, 1 second, 1 second. Uh, I want to give a shout out to coffee, the coffee companies. Come on, man. Come on, man. Can you imagine if there was a coffee shortage? Yeah, I think they shut down a couple stores in New Jersey as far as liquor. I think it was in North. They couldn't get. They shut down the liquor stores, right? That's cool, but there's a lot of people that don't drink like that. I say more people drink coffee, right? Imagine if something happened to the coffee, then you gotta go back, or the K cups, the K cups. That's like the Mercedes Benz of the car. I mean, I still see people pouring in with the big jug of coffee, or the glass thing at the job. I just don't see old coffee. K cup, fresh out the cup, baby. You make it when you want that cup. So I wish I would have invested in that whole K cup thing at the beginning. But anyway, back to it. Um, the human body, right? Oh, you see a guy all muscular. You be jealous. Like, damn, I wish I can get in a gym like that. But we just a clusterfuck of soft tissue and a fragile bone. Yeah, you can lift 3, 4, 500 pounds. But get in a room with a 60-pound cheetah and that motherfucker will have you for dinner. A mountain lion will rip you to shreds. Shit, I would say a decent sized squirrel or raccoon. I almost said squirrel and raccoon together. That's why I said squirrel. But like a decent sized squirrel, a raccoon, fuck a cat. So we, we're basically a jelly with a spoon in the inside. That's it. Jelly outside with a spoon in the inside. So, our brain power, yes, we build stuff to enhance our experiences in other forms or in other locations. Point made, right? Or put it like this, in other domains that we cannot survive in naturally, we built enhancements. Scuba suits, air tanks, space suits, right? Shit, they even got suits where you get close to the volcano so you can research the volcano, right? Those enhancements help us get to these locations or these areas that the human body cannot survive in on a natural basis. So, with all of this we're fighting with now, with this coronavirus, COVID-19, we dealing with a germ, a bug, a microorganism, right? I mean, cell level. These things been around for billions of years. Billions with a B. And they gonna be here long after we die. But you gotta understand. You gotta understand how many things out there want to kill us. Oh, being that we jelly in a spoon, the spoon is the bone. If nobody understand it. Check it out. My thing is this. One thing we do have, and I call it the force field. Do anybody, or can anybody tell me, even though I can't hear you, what do you think the force field is that the human body have? Boom, 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 boom. All right, the skin. The skin I call is the force field, right? Long as we take care of the skin and we moisturize the skin, it helps to keep germs out. We put tattoos on the skin. You know what I'm saying? We shave the hair off the skin. Even though hair, it must be a reason we got hair. I don't know, but it gotta be a reason we got fucking hair, right? So, when you get skin cancer actually attacks the skin. breaks down the skin. Not only that, it's under the skin and gets into the blood, and it's night night. On that note, but for the most part, our skin is our force field. You take a dirty squirrel or a dirty raccoon that got rabies, and their teeth breaks our force field, right? Whether it's a scratch or a bite, it breaks our force field, and then the rabies gets into our body, and it's basically a wrap after that. So humans were made with a wonderful force field. It's soft though. It's soft. Goddamn pencil point can stick right through it. Needle can stick right through it. Just running and falling on the ground, you can scrape off this force field, and germs can get in. I remember one story. A lady went. I forgot where she went. Disney World or something like that. And she sat in a hot tub, and she asked the rest of the family to come get in the hot tub with her, and they said nah, they was good. And somehow I'm probably chopping the story up, I apologize. She went back home, and she had a bump on her butt or her lower back. I'm not sure, her leg, something like that. And she got the she got some kind of germ. I think it was the skin eating disease. I think it was. I think it was. That germ that straight eats the inside of you, eats everything, right? Just a scratch, just a little scratch will break the force field just enough so these germs that always, always want to kill us. So, when you break it down on these microorganisms and these germs and stuff like that, and these viruses, they are constantly on the hunt. And they are basically the great equalizers. Okay? So, that's something we need to figure out, and you just have to understand. Actually, we don't have to figure out. You just have to understand it. We as life went on and we evolved, right? We built up these immune systems and protections from the equalizers that's on every surface. And I ain't talking about coronavirus. Just go, another experiment. Just go around licking shit, and you will be licking in everything that wants to kill you. Everything that wants to break the body down. So, you got our first defense. It's the skin. Okay. The next thing that happens is, just say something breaks your first defense and gets inside the skin. It breaks your force field and it gets inside. Alarms are set off. And that's how you get a fever. A fever raises your body temperature. It's basically alerting. Yo, somebody is in here. We need to go and take care of it. Now, some people have that autoimmune stuff that just say like, yo, somebody in here, and it's just running blind, just attacking anything, attacking their own organs, is just going crazy. It's attacking its own self. So once they get inside, then the body alarms itself, does a fever, takes the body temperature up, and that, brings out other enzymes or whatever that helps fight what's going on. And our immune system is basically the head of that. Now, if you have a bad immune system, and just say if you have like diabetes or something, and you have breaks and cuts all over your body, your force field is broken. Not only that, your inside is not working to fight off the intruders. So if you think about it, yeah, we have different procedures, different medicine to help us with this situation. Thank the brain power for that. But if you look at us as a person or as people, human extinction is just, I mean, it's any day. It can happen at any day. And you gotta, all right, let me break it down to you like this. We are considered Homo sapiens, right? We've been around for 200,000 years or so. Came out of Ethiopia. Now let's flip it on the other end. Neanderthals, they don't have that same trait that we'd had. There is no connection. Well, at that time, there was no connection. Neanderthals somehow disappeared probably like 25,000 years ago. Either we killed them off, or they just happened to die off, or there was some kind of equal, like some kind of fusion. We sort of combined. We got with each other, and we had sex, and then somehow melted together. But the Neanderthals, even though, not the smartest, or they really didn't have that whole civilization base. It was like hunter gatherers and all of that stuff. But they've been around before they disappeared. They was around for almost 400, probably more than 400,000 years. That is a long time. So even with the hunter gatherer, pretty simple, right? I hunt food, I bring it back, feed the family, use the fur for clothes, use everything from that body, use the bone, use everything. Stay away from large predators, and just do that. Yeah, you can survive 400,000 years with no interruption, no intrusion. But when we came around, we started something different. We started to cook food. Now, when you cook food, your protein base go up. Now your mind start wondering. You start to write shit on the walls that look crazy. Now your mind is flourishing. It's opening up. Ideas are starting to pop up. We are creating things. Fire, wheels, civilization, running water, so on and so on and so on. But there's a road that sort of gets thin as you keep going. Because while you are, creating wonderful things that can help you out, you are also creating things that can kill the whole civilization. And let me guess, what is something right now that we created that can kill everybody today? Nuclear bombs. If all of them went off, yeah, it'd be a wrap. It'd be a wrap for this whole planet. Shit, it'd be a wrap for probably every damn near living thing that live on this planet. Now go back to around Neanderthals died out or whatever, almost 30,000 years ago, a little under 30,000 years ago. It was nothing they could have did to affect any other animal on the planet. I mean, they could have starved to death, but they would have just died out. We got so smart that we can affect the whole planet. Right? Climate change can affect the whole planet. Factories, burning fuel, everything can affect the whole planet. So, while everything went good for us, it can bend back and just start going crazy. And that's another thing that's called the Great Filter, being that as a civilization gets smarter, it only gets to a point that they will kill itself off. Now, I think actual, living in a town or a city or living in groups from houses up past the hunter-gatherer, right? The life past that, where everybody start to live together. It went from huts to houses. That part probably only go back about 10,000 years. So we about 10,000 years of living in a community with other people, or a stable community that didn't move with the herd, or whatever they was hunting at that time, right? So 10,000 years in, they've been around 400,000 years, and they probably see that's the crazy part. 400,000 years, they probably didn't change much. They probably did not change much. We are the modern humans, right? Probably 10,000, 15,000. I say 20,000 years in. They've been around for 400,000. Now, they had great equalizers too. The more probably came up. Some would die while hunting, big game. Some probably got snatched at night. It was just nature doing this equalizing. Sort of to keep shit at bay. It's sort of like a bus capacity, or an elevator capacity. You get on, elevator can't have no more than a certain amount of pounds or a certain amount of people. So when the elevator, I'm thinking, I'm not sure, but come on, it should be. When that number of weight get on the elevator should be like bing, bing, bing. A light blinking saying over capacity. Somebody got to get off, or this elevator ain't going to work. Nature got that same thing. That's why people die. A lot of people die. And you think it's far from you. You be like, man, 200,000 people died from the flu last year. There's no separation from you. It's more like in due time. I know my son said, Dad, every time you tell us bad news, you be smiling. That's not true, man. I don't like telling bad news. I just like to inform people. Some people just be chilling like, shit is sweet. No, it's not. Grind out, have fun. If it's a job opportunity, if it's a job that you want, you don't have the skills, that's the only time I would say fake it till you make it. If you can apply for that position, as long as you're not killing nobody, if you can apply for that position and get that position, and somehow you can actually get on and learn, as long as it's not open heart surgery or no shit like that, but some kind of tech shit or something like that you can learn, but you didn't want to do it because you was scared. No, go for that shit. If it's a girl you like, but she playing a little bit hard to get, and you a little bit nervous on it, man, go for it. Life just gives out a pushback. Nature gives that pushback out. Even a highway got a equalizer to it. A highway is guaranteed, just because everybody is traveling on this highway 24/7, 365 days a year. There's going to be a certain amount of deaths on the highway, guaranteed, and it would never go down that. It's already, I think I've seen a sign too, is up to 268 deaths year to date. And we in March. We 3 months in, and it's already almost 300 people died in the highway in my area, on the highway. One thing I would guarantee, it would never be 0 people dying on the highway in the whole year. Life don't work that way. It don't work that way. But what I get out of this is basically for people to understand that shit ain't gravy. It's not guaranteed for you to get old. You have to just maneuver. You have to go with your gut. You got to think, if I try to beat this light, am I going to get T-boned by a Mack truck? You just got to, I mean, it's just common sense, you know? But yeah. So back to this, back to the to the immune system in the body. The force field. Viruses are everywhere. Germs are everywhere. You cannot even have sex without worrying about viruses and germs. Now, imagine the shit back in the day. The Black Plague. Who was that? Bolivarized. That was recently, but I think that goes back to. We talking about serious. Because, I can imagine the hygiene back then was ridiculous. They probably didn't have soap. And, the food probably wasn't prepared right. No running water. You got to drink out the river, and bacteria just waiting in the river. Just waiting for you to slurp that shit down. Bacteria will be like, yo, we got one. We got one. So it's just another thing that we have to understand. And I know y'all be like, yo, why he always talking about this shit? It's just that what I want to get off this episode, stop thinking you got time for everything. Stop thinking that you can push something back to tomorrow. I'll push it back next week. Nah, take care of it now. It shouldn't be that hard. It's not just going on here on Earth. It happens in space and everything. They got planet killers. They're just big ass asteroids that just shoot around, comets that just shoot around in space. And who's to say other civilizations wasn't thriving like we were? And all of a sudden, this big ass comet just ended that whole fucking night. Just one shit. I think it was a comet that was coming through our solar system that our big brother Jupiter caught. Jupiter got that strong gravitational field because it's so big that it sort of takes in all the shit that would damn near kill us, that will light this planet up. And I think it caught a comet, and just the gravity of the Jupiter ripped the comet in half. But a comet hitting Earth? Hey, just Google it. Go to YouTube and type in comet hitting Earth. And just sit back and enjoy yourself. So, the human race, smart but fragile. Millions and millions of people die per day. But there's so many people out there that sometimes it doesn't get to you or in your immediate family. So you think you have time. But ask people that was healthy 2 months ago that either passed away, ask their family, that either passed away or they are in the hospital now and they can't breathe on their own. So, I basically end that by saying life doesn't mean bullshit. Life mean now. Get it done. Make money. And the reason I keep saying make money, coming up, all I heard, not from my close relatives or anybody, I just kept hearing it a lot. Money is the root of all evil bullshit. Let me explain to you why I think money is not the root of all evil. The root of all evil is not having money. If my mother is sick with cancer or my father is sick with cancer and their insurance has stopped paying through this process, if I don't have money, right, my mother will eventually pass away because I don't have money and she don't have insurance. I am sad. I am a fucking lowlife. I am sad I did not have the money to keep my mother alive, or she didn't have the money. Now, let's back that up. Insert money. Mother's happy. She's well. I'm happy. She's got a nice house. She's eating good. I'm able to send her off on a vacation to enjoy herself because she just, beat cancer. And she got a fuck cancer shirt on in Milan or wherever she want to travel to. I can't do that if I don't have no money. So money is key. Money is so strong. And that's how they get most people. That's how they get y'all. Like money is not evil. Everything is ran on money. Bitcoin, credit, cash, whatever, gold, it's all exchanged as money. So every time you go to sleep, you should, and I gotta double back on this because some people probably take this wrong. I mean legit money. Don't be taking people hard-earned money. Make your own money. That's what I'm saying. Everybody has a talent. Everybody can get it done. Just before you go to sleep, you gotta think past the next day. How am I going to get what I have to get? Always set yourself a goal that's so high. But you don't understand why you're reaching that goal. You knocking out a lot of shit while you're reaching this goal that's so high. You just killing the smaller goals. You just walking right all over them because you reaching. And I don't want to take this as a rant, but man, money is it's a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. So, I'm going to say here, money is the key to life. If you can keep yourself grounded and you find out the secrets of getting money, your family will be taken care of. But y'all all have to still be grounded. All that cocky shit and all that doesn't work. All that, manipulating people and hurting other people, somebody don't put a bullet in your head. Your wife will make you disappear. Right? So all I'm saying is money is the key to life. You figure out a way. You take your talent. Everybody has a talent. Figure your talent out and you build your money. And you take care of your family. Because eventually you cannot stop, mother time. You cannot stop the clock. So build, have fun, enjoy your kids, enjoy your wife, enjoy your life, and live good. Alright? Guys, once again, thank you for listening. This is episode 21. And, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's helping out with this pandemic. It is fucking crazy. This is some old TV shit. I would have never thought, I would have seen something like this. And like I said, we're not even at the peak yet. Another thing is why they won't test everybody. That's another crazy thing. Why not test everybody? Then I thought about it. Because I think about a lot of shit. I thought about it. If you test everybody and a lot of people have it, it's going to cause mad panic. And then, my conspiracy brain took a left turn and was thinking like, damn, they don't want anybody to panic over a virus that they have. What if something bigger was going on or something bigger was about to happen? They wouldn't tell us either. We just had to find out at the last minute. All right, guys, y'all be easy. Peace. This podcast is brought to you by AutolinDesigns.com. Got the hottest clothes, the hottest hoodies, the hottest shirts, and the hats. Go check it out, AutolinDesigns.com, and get the wear that you need. Car enthusiasts or just people that love cars.